Alright, so we're starting with MongoDB from this session. We're going to spend some time learning how the MongoDB driver in Golang works. And before that, we have to set up MongoDB on our system. And to do that, we're going to need two things. One is Docker, and another is MongoDB Compass. Now, MongoDB Compass is something you can download from this website. It's kind of a UI tool, a desktop tool that helps you connect to your MongoDB database, search the data, delete, add, modify your documents or your databases and collections. All right, so we're gonna be needing it. It's pretty handy. Another thing is Docker. So you have to have Docker installed on a system, let it be Windows or Mac. The instructions on how to install it, how to install Docker or MongoDB Compass is something that I'm not going to cover, but it's fairly simple. If you're learning Golang, pretty much you should be able to install anything that is UI based on the system anyway. So having said that, if you don't understand Docker, that is still fine. Just follow along. So Docker is kind of a container tool. Okay, so it runs containers on a system. So one way to find out if has been installed on a system or not is to execute docker hyphen hyphen version. As you can see that it's installed on my system. So what I'm going to run now is docker run mongo, and that's all I need. But I can add some more things to it. So when the container runs, it actually assumes some really alphanumeric identifier. We don't want that. We want it to have a specific name. Okay, so I want to name it something like this: name go web mongo. Okay, and I will to also want to run it in a detached mode. So -d here is for detached. So when I execute this command, I'll be able to get the prompt, and this container will keep running in the background as a container. And I will also want to map the port. So I want my local system port 27017, and I want it to be mapped to the containers port 27017. Now this port is actually MongoDB's default port that you can connect to it. And this port, the colon, the number after colon, you can't change that because you need to connect to database and it's actually coming along with the container image. But you can change this port. But the convention says you should keep both the ports same so that just to be consistent. So what happens is when the container is running on the system, you will be able to connect to the MongoDB database that is running as a separate container on the system using your system port 27017. Okay, I've already gone ahead and run that execution once, so I'm not going to run it because it takes a bit of time. It it downloads the MongoDB from Docker Hub, and it takes a bit of time, so that's why. So when you run this command, this is the output that you're going to see. Okay, so I'm not going to go ahead with that. Uh, what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you the command to check if it is running or not. So Docker container ls, you also want to use -a, so it's going to list all the containers. And I'm just going to type the name of the container. So go web mongo, so it is running. This is container ID. Okay, that's all you need to have a MongoDB system running on the system. After that, you want to come back to MongoDB Compass. So this is here, it tells you that please open up a new connection, and here you'll have to enter the URL of your system. So MongoDB is a prefix just like HTTP, then colon double slash, and localhost because your MongoDB is running in a container that is running on your system, and this is the port that we exposed, right? So, and then you just hit connect, and now you are inside the MongoDB database. So you can see that it's got three databases and one collection. Local here is a collection, and these are databases. These are default databases, and you're not supposed to touch them. These are specific to MongoDB's internal workings that you don't want to disturb. So don't touch them, don't do anything with them. We will be working on separate databases. We will create separate collections in a database, and then in each collection we'll be creating separate documents that using MongoDB Golang MongoDB driver from next session onwards. Before that, we're going to have a little bit of session on what MongoDB is and how it is different from RDBMS. Just a little bit of primer. Okay, so this is not a session on MongoDB, and MongoDB is a huge topic in itself, but I'm just going to give you good highlights, good number of highlights, so that you have a good idea on the problems that most DBs like MongoDB are trying to solve. All right, so I'll see you in the next session. Bye.